Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee, and today on the Hermitcraft server, I'm going to continue work on my pixel art retro gallery. I haven't figured out an exact name for it, but I think I'm going to call it the Creepy Eye Museum, because it's full of creepy pixel art eyes from various games like Final Fantasy III, or Minecraft, or, I don't know, Super Mario Bros. 3, anyone? And I've made some good progress in my last video on setting up the basic layout of the structure here, but what I want to do today is work on this front wall and get some stairs going up, maybe put in a few more exhibits, including one on the windows here. So I'm going to get right to it. I've gone ahead and created a stairwell up here that will just open up to our second level. I feel like this is a good height for it because it matches this part here, and it'll create a pretty high ceiling for this lower area. Now, one thing I'm thinking about doing too, see, that's not too claustrophobic. One thing I'm thinking about doing too is actually taking this whole area here, this front box, and making it actually kind of pop out, giving it more of a flare to, oh no, that's how we fall. So, like for example, having it go something like this, where I've got 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 3 times. And so the whole thing would actually end up popping out significantly that way and kind of give it a little bit more of a kind of a motion or a thrust to the building. Because right now the building is very flat-faced, and I feel like giving it something that pushes out toward the viewer, toward town, would be really cool. So it would just be like 3 of these 3x3, or it'd be like 3x3 and then 4x4 and then 5x5 shelf here. And I'd move the whole window up too, not up 2 blocks, but up as well. And so before you know it, you've got this kind of aggressive angle here, but it's not really, it doesn't really have a curve to it per se. But it kind of does. It's kind of rounded outward rather than thrust outward, maybe. But I think it's going to look okay from out here. Let's go ahead and hop down here. Yeah, so that just looks a little bit bolder, and it really contrasts it more to the stead front face of the mausoleum at Halicarnassus there by projecting outward. So we're going to go ahead and move the windows up as well and open up that exhibit space a little bit. As you can see, I've gotten rid of the old windows and opened this shelf up a great deal. And I've got a ladder well up here that will lead to where one of the roof lines will eventually begin. And that roof line will then follow up there along that little glass bit. Why don't I go ahead and demonstrate that? Oh no, I think I overshot. So let's throw that again. And I'm in the water. Everything is terrible forever. Well, why don't we go ahead and see what that front door looks like, or what that looks like from over here. Oh, that doesn't look too bad, and it'll look better once more of the roof is in play. That looks especially kind of awkward and tall, which I'm not sure I love. But we're gonna have a second floor inside of there, and I think that should break it up enough that it won't be a huge problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop up here, climb this ladder, and get us going on our roof. We're going to use the same step type things. Actually, probably should not get rid of the axe because that's going to be helpful. And so the steps will go along here like so, all the way along this big, long, tall roof. Boom. Then kind of continue upward at a 45-degree angle. I'm thinking that right here, actually, I'm going to need another piece of glass. There we go. That means I'm going to need another piece of glass here, and another piece of glass here. And when I actually reach these points where I need to have the glass all at the same level, I'm probably going to go ahead and transition to 2 half slabs, and then resume the roof upward at the 45-degree angle. So it'll be 45-degree angles with occasional slashes, occasional breaks, unlike the steps, which makes me think that maybe I should break up the steps similarly. I'm not entirely sure on that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to actually execute some of this and not run out of health from ender pearling into walls and falling into waters and things like that. So, anyway, Time skip. Well, it appears that our neighbor to the east, King Daddy DMAC, has begun construction on his tower. That'll go up on that side of our mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Over here, the roof is starting to come in. I've tried leaving a gap over part of the foyer. I'm not sure that it works as well as I like. What I'm going to do eventually is put some glass placeholders in there, hang certain pixel art pieces down from the roof. I think that'll look nice. Let's go ahead and hop up here real quick. I haven't put in any of the holes yet, and so obviously it's a little bit darker in here than it will be when the final is done. We've got our foyer here, though, still exposed to the light. And what I'm thinking about doing there, after we get our foyer in place, or as we enjoy our foyer that is already in place, I'm going to put in new exhibits here, and then have the upper floor kind of wrap around this way. So, because if the upper floor was too close to this side, like the balcony up here, what it would end up doing is obscuring the view of our mausoleum, which folks will currently enjoy as they come around the corner here. So, new exhibit locations include something over here somewhere, and a bunch of stuff up there, and a nice little wraparound balcony. I'll eventually get rid of this ladder and plug up that roof hole, but for right now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and sally forth with continuing to make amazing progress every way I can. You know what, though? Let's go bother King Daddy DMAC and pop things off the side of our mausoleum. You know, it seems like every time I try to ender pearl up here, I end up accidentally breaking something somehow. Okay, so let's real quickly. It appears that what King Daddy DMAC is constructing is some sort of, I don't know, maybe it's a pyramid or a submarine, or I don't know, maybe it's an airplane. An aeroplane? Let's spell it with an E-R-O. Yeah, there we go. Aeroplane? It probably is an aeroplane. Specifically, if I had to guess, I would guess that is a Boeing 737J model, which is, of course, famous for its expanded, little storage capacity above the roofs, and not above the roofs. It's inside the roofs. If you had storage outside the plane, it's a lich tower from the Twilight Forest. Okay, well, yeah, now I know. Oh, I guess you said that earlier. There was a bad guess because I already knew. I'm just really tired. Oh, there you are.
Yep. All right. So Joe Hills is going to show off it's a museum you got?
Yep, it is a pixel art museum. I realize that a lot of Minecraft servers feature a ton of pixel art, and ours doesn't. And so I thought it might be interesting to try and curate the pixel art experience in one place.
That would be pretty cool. You know, I've never really tried pixel art that much.
I hadn't either, but for some people it's like all they make in Minecraft. And so this is a pixel art museum reserved exclusively for eyes of retro game characters.
Interesting. Interesting. So this is Steve. Are these finished?
Yeah, these four are our first exhibits. I'm still working on the building now.
Oh, I see it now. I was looking at just the one. I'm like, that's not Steve's eyes, but now both of them together. That's Steve's eyes.
And I'm actually thinking, right now I did the first round with wool, just to kind of get a feel for how it would look. But I'm actually thinking of going through here and replacing all of the wool with fancier materials, like coal for black and redstone blocks for the other, the red ones, quartz for the white, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, if you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, at the point where I'm building this structure, which is taking me, 10 hours so far, I should really just not skimp on the materials for the actual artwork, I feel.
It's probably a good idea. This is impressive, though. I like the way this looks. I've been admiring it from a distance.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about my huge phallic thing sticking out of the mountain over there. Hopefully it will come together.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. And, it's mostly blocked by my building anyway, so I don't think it's going to really be too much of an issue.
All right. Later,
Good luck
buddy.
with your tower. Keep adventuring. Well, I normally don't want to record while it's raining, but check out this awesome roof that I've pretty much completed. We got that nice little gap in up there that will allow the rain through for the time being, and we'll work on some sort of secondary roof thing for it, because right now this is nigh unacceptable. One thing I've also done is I've created a pixel art version of the Arachnut's Eye, which is this creepy spider two-mouth monster from Commander Keen Goodbye Galaxy, as well, or actually I guess it's Commander Keen's Goodbye Galaxy Secret of the Gnostics, is it? Or Ancients? I'm sure you guys will comment because everyone is more familiar with this game than me. One thing I'm realizing is that the dark eyes don't work so well at night, but this is the Boo Buddy from the Super Mario World game for the Super Nintendo World console, which I like. Over here we have nothing. This is kind of sad right now. You know what this needs to be? A beautiful expression of artistic creation. And so now that I've properly centered and located, where these blocks should go, I can just quickly zoom through the process of actually placing them correctly. Trying to place them correctly in the process is also crucial. Let's go ahead and put one down there on either side too, just to keep that looking good. And what is that? That is the ghost eyes from Pac-Man. I gotta do something about these walkways. I'm gonna have to make it so it's easier to come through here without these completely filling your screen. Because this is just an like in curation is all about the experience of the viewer, and well, not really. It's about a lot of things. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Joe Hills Oversimplifies Difficult Concepts About Museums and Architectural Spaces, in which I say something's all about something when it's really about other things as well. Okay, so, like from here, you can see that this is a better view in space than this would be. Well, this is clearly a terrible view in space for these, but than this or this. Like, clearly you want to be here. Now, but that's close to the ledge. And the last thing you want to do when you're running a museum is allow your visitors to fall to the death of them. Falling to their deaths is generally the reason, that visitors don't return. They don't donate. They don't become people who give back financially. That's one of the reasons so many museums have docents, to keep people from falling to their death and, whatnot. So we're just going to go ahead and improve this backdrop here a little bit, like so. Give that a nice little... There we go. So now we have a much prettier viewing area there. And in order to nudge the people who might be walking down this walkway here back further away from that, I think we're going to go ahead and extend this platform out like so, thereby kind of forcing them. So if you're walking down this walkway, see, you're going to step back when you see that little ledge there. Actually, really the best thing to do would be to make the whole thing more narrow, or to push people around here in some way. Might have to think about that. Oh, look, this is much better during the day, though. Like I said, Boo Buddy eyes. Pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and close this out by adding a sign for our... This is our ghost hall. It's super creepy up here, apparently. That wasn't intentional to do two ghost things right next to each other, but that's what ended up happening. So this is going to be Blinky from the Pac-Man. I think that has a space in it. I should really know that. I don't normally have to spell Pac-Man. I just walk up to the machine and put in quarters, because why not? It's safe to say that we made some decent progress today. I'm pretty happy with how the building is coming along. Definitely going to need some more work done on it. Going to need some more additions to the second floor. I'm thinking I'm going to have to fix this roof. Maybe have that jut out more of a steep overhang. Possibly something that countercuts that. But I don't know. I'll come back to that later. For right now, I just want to say thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you like it and you comment. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.